Good morning, students. Welcome to my English class. Today, I am going to discuss a chapter from first flight. It is for standard 10. The name of the chapter from the diary of Anne Frank. Now, this story belongs to the Second World War when Germany was ruling Netherlands, and that time Germany captured Netherlands, and there was a persecution going on a special community, and this community was the Jewish community. So this story is the story of a little girl. That time she was 13 years old, and this is the diary that she had written herself when she was in hiding. Now, before we begin the chapter, we must discuss a few facts about Anne Frank. Okay. Now, full name Anneliese Mary, or we call Anne Frank, was born on 12th June 1929, and the month of her death is still uncertain because she died in a concentration camp in the year 1945, and she was a German girl born in Germany, was a Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and four friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. And this was her diary, okay, which later was published in form of book, and that was circulated all over the world and was published in many languages. Originally it was written by a Jewish girl and in Dutch language. So she wrote this diary while she with her family and four friends were hiding in Amsterdam, a city in Netherlands. Okay, and when German occupation, okay, during the German occupation of Netherlands in World War II, her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany, but were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. Now, these Nazis were the people belonging to the Hitler group. Okay, the Hitler and his soldiers. So they were called the Nazis. Okay, so these Nazis gained power in Germany. Okay, and they started occupying other countries also. They extended their boundaries and borders, and they were occupying other countries, and they were this Jewish family, Anne Frank, with her family, they were that time living in Netherlands. And when German occupation or Nazis occupation extended, they extended their power, their boundaries up to Netherlands, and that time they went into hiding. So what happened? As persecutions means torture, harassment against the Jewish population increased, the family went into hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father's Otto Frank's office building. So the name of Anne Frank's father was Otto Frank. So the family went into hiding in the year 1942 in the month of July, and it was during the Second World War, and they went into hiding in their father Otto Frank's office building. Now, after 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp system, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margot Frank. So what happened? The family was finally trapped after 2 years of hiding in that same office building, and they were betrayed and transported. So they were actually trapped by betrayal. Okay, and they were transported from that office building to a concentration camp. Concentration camp, the other name of concentration camp is death camp, where people go, okay, and do not return alive. So that's why called concentration camp that time. So they were taken into a concentration camp in Bergen-Belsen, and Anne died of typhus in that camp in Bergen-Belsen. And within she died within days after her sister Margot died. So her father Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended to find that her diary had been saved. So in that concentration camp, all her family members, including Anne, all died except her father. So he was the only survivor of the group. So when he returned back after the war, when the war was over, when he returned back to Amsterdam, he found in the hiding place Anne Frank's diary. Okay. So convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. So when he found that diary and he read that diary, he found that it was a unique record. So that's why he made attempt, he took action to have it published in English, okay, in English language, now under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. So that's when the Diary of a Young Girl, okay, came into came into action, okay, was published, okay, in English, and that's when it started circulating. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday. Now talking about the diary, okay, that diary, it was given to Anne as a gift for her 13th birthday and chronicles the event of her life from 12th June 1942 until its final entry of 1 August 1944. So it was given as a gift, okay, on her 13th birthday, and she started writing in that diary right from that day, okay. That is the day of her birthday, means 12th June, and it was her 13th birthday, and she jotted down all the events that happened one after another, okay, according to date, that is chronicles of event, okay, the event that happened in her life. So until the final entry of that diary was 1 August 1944. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books. And originally, as I told you earlier, that it was written in Dutch language, but from Dutch it was translated, or it was translated into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books. The Dutch, the language spoken by the people of Netherlands. There have also been several films, television and theatrical productions based on the diary, and even an opera. What is opera? A theatrical work combining drama, then music, song, and some types of dances also. So, based on their diary, described as the work of a mature and insightful mind. Insightful mind means who thinks deep inside the mind, okay, and who can view or inspect, okay, everything. So described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate close examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. So the diary reveals the torture, the persecution, okay, and the life spent in hiding under the Nazi occupation. Anne Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victim. Now, what is Holocaust victim? Holocaust means mass murder of an ethnic group. Ethnic group like these Jews. Okay, so they were killed, murdered. Okay, in huge number. Okay, so that is called Holocaust victim. So Anne Frank also become, okay, one of the Holocaust victims. So this is part 1, and then we will continue in other parts the stories. So that's it in this part.